This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 22. Hello and welcome back. This is Co-op Chronicles. I am Pint Size Geisha, and as always, I have Black Label.
Hello.
And Azalee.
Hi.
And today is episode 22. We are talking about
Horror movies that have scarred us for life.
horror movies. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy early
So
Halloweenish.
exciting.
What day is Halloween,
Spooktember.
actually?
It's a Thursday.
Oh,
the
yeah. Oh,
31st.
so next Saturday would have been appropriate to say Happy Halloween.
we can say it for every whatever episode from in
It's
October.
spooky month.
It's spooky
so
month.
Yeah.
Halloween is every weekend.
Happy spooky month.
Sorry, we missed last week.
Yep.
We had some stuff.
Things came up.
Yep, life.
Yep. Yep.
Also, my computer was in a futz. So every Prime Day.
Every
Azalee,
Prime Day.
Every Prime Day, I'm like, man, I should get something for my computer. I was like, I'm gonna buy an SSD this year. I installed it. Simple, right? And then all of a sudden, my computer just was running super slow. Not doing it. It was like crazy. I thought it was a graphics card. I thought it was a CPU. I thought it was everything. I thought it was a motherboard, the BIOS.
Well, first let's mention that you took everything out.
Yeah.
You took everything out of your case.
Yeah, so first of all, I like cloned my hard drive. So this is, just remember, I took it out, I cloned it. So that means like whatever was on the old one goes onto your new one, and everything's supposed to work fine. So when I took it out, I had moved the cables around and stuff, and I was like, okay. After that, I installed everything back. Didn't work, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, I don't understand what is happening. And this is like 4 days. I replaced the BIOS. I fresh installed Windows over and over. I kept uninstalling, reinstalling the SSDs, both of them back and forth. And I'm like, what the fuck's happening? I did the same shit every day for 4 days. The same stuff every day.
Yep.
The same thing.
4 days.
4 days. Reboot.
All day long.
Fresh BIOS. And I was like,
So did you not work for 4 days?
no, I used her computer. And no, that's when I had COVID. I had I was sick.
Oh, yeah,
remember?
you were
I was like
sick
super
too.
sick,
Yeah.
so I didn't go to school or work too. So I was like, I'm just over here working on it, and I'm like,
All day. Literally all day.
yeah. And I was like, man, I fucking don't know what's going on. I could look in and finally I used my brain and I start looking at shit, and I'm like, okay, the BIOS is like, I'm like, why is my CPU fucking crazy hot? Why is it 100 degrees? Like that doesn't make sense. And then I go down there and I look, and the CPU, like the AIO, like the bus, the right there, the little brick right there, the little square, it wasn't on. And the radiator wasn't on. And I'm like, what why is it not cooling? And I'm like, I fucking don't get it. And she said something. What did you say? Just take it apart. Or you said something.
I said, are you sure you plugged it in?
Yeah, she was like, are you sure you plugged it in? And I was like, I don't fucking know. And it took off this. The radiator fans weren't working. And I'm like, I don't fucking understand. I like checked the USB and I plugged in like another one to make sure like it's not broken. And at that point I was like, yeah, the AIO is busted. But it wasn't. So I fucking took off all the wires and I unplugged the SATA cable on accident. There's a little cable that connects to the AIO. And it was just that one little cable that just broke my computer.
Yep.
But I bought, I thought it was the GPU. I had like a 2080, and then I upgraded to a 470 Ti Super, and I was like, well, it looks like I'm keeping this. It's yeah. I mean, I got a GPU out of it, so
Yeah. But it was just tiny little cord that he unplugged
the
and didn't
first
plug
thing
it back
you do
in.
in IT is like you're supposed to look at the cables.
Plug it, unplug it, and plug it back in.
Yeah, all the cables. Yep. And I did not do that.
So long story short, his CPU is just overheating
Yep, because the cord I forgot to plug in.
because the fans and the radiator and all of it wasn't working. Wasn't on, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's it. Here we are.
Yep, 4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
But let's get into it. Okay.
4 days to just like let your computer sit there and not take it apart again. That's extreme.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know what I was doing. Because I was, I was out of it too. I wasn't feeling good.
You're like, I swear everything's plugged in.
And I'm like
not
sweating. Yeah, and I was like sweating nonstop. And I was like, I don't fucking
popping Dayquil and NyQuil.
Yeah,
I'm glad it works again.
Yeah. And I had to re-download everything. So
Good old faithful.
hopefully OBS works and everything's working good. We're sitting at 120. I upped it. I was like, since we got 470, we might as well go to 120 frames. But yeah. Okay. Opening question. What's the first horror movie you remember watching that really scared you? How old were you and where were you when you watched it?
Do you want me to go first? Chucky. I don't know which Chucky it was, but I remember. So the first time I moved to Washington, I was 10. So it was less than 10. I want to say maybe 8. It was in my dad's girlfriend's house. They were watching it in the living room. And I came out to get something to drink. And the way you open the refrigerator, I opened the refrigerator, but I could see the TV. So I'm standing there with the refrigerator open, but watching Chucky. And I was like, fuck this shit, I'm out. And I just remember it being super scary.
You didn't even watch the whole thing?
I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just watched like maybe a minute of it. And I was like, no, I'm done. This is scary.
That's pretty
and
good.
I left.
Oh, I love that.
And I went back to the room. That's my first memory of a scary movie.
Oh. I don't like dolls, so I will never watch the Chucky movies. I think the first movie, like scary movie that I can just think of, just off the top of my head, is the 13 Ghosts. That was pretty scary when I was younger.
That was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah. I gotta think of something else, but that's the first one that came to my brain.
I remember the first one I watched. It was, let me move my camera over. There we go. It was, I think it was before you were born, maybe around when you were born. No, I don't know. I think it might have been before you were born, because we went to the old Swami. They used to have the movie theater, the drive-through theater. And it was super scary, because like we'd always go at night. How it's like it was packed, like cars everywhere, and you used to have to walk really far to get to like the snacks and stuff, popcorn and whatever. And I remember going all the time by myself, and you used to have to grab like the radio, the microphone, and you would hang it on the side of your door so you could hear the speaker or whatever from the movie. And so it was Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger or whatever. And I think I was like maybe 8. When did it come? It was when it came out, and we were in the drive-thru.
Well, if it was before I was born, you were definitely 7.
Yeah, so I think it was like 8-ish, 8 or 9, and it was just me, Mom, Dad, and I remember watching it, and I was fucking terrified. And I remember walking to get like snacks, and I was like so fucking scared because I was by myself.
They took you to watch Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
In the drive-thru.
In the drive-thru.
When you were 7.
Yeah. Yep. And I had to go get my own snacks.
You won't be emotionally scarred for life.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And that movie scared the shit out of me because it's Freddy Krueger. But
yeah, he is very scary.
Yeah. So that was mine.
It's so funny. Go get your own snacks.
Yeah, for real. Okay, we're gonna rank movies by fear level.
Okay.
Mildly spooky. Okay. What's a movie that was spooky but didn't quite terrify you, and what kept you up at night because of it? Like, what was so spooky about it? What scenes was scary for you?
The first one that comes to my mind is Wrong Turn and Cabin Fever.
But not super spooky, right?
Yeah, they weren't that spooky, but they were like, so Wrong Turn, the group of friends. Have you guys seen it? The group of friends. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. I feel like I sound different right now. But yeah, so they're 2 groups of friends in cars, and they take a wrong turn, and then they start being hunted by these like cannibal mountain people. And then in Cabin Fever, a dead body falls into the river, and the cabin that they're staying in uses the river water.
You can see the kitty cat. And
Yeah.
He walks through my camera, then through hers, and then through
And then they all start getting sick.
Yeah.
So for me, it was mildly scary, but it wasn't that scary. But it was still like, damn, what if this is true?
Yeah.
You know, what if a dead body does fall in a water source and then we all die? Some sort of disease. And what if there's cannibals lurking in the mountains somewhere
For sure.
trying
Yeah.
to eat my fingers or something? You know?
I would say this is spooky in the sense of like existential dread. So I can't remember the name of it. I think it's called The Disappearance or something. But this group of like 6 people go to this isolated cabin in the mountains, and like slowly, one by one, they start disappearing simply because of the idea of existing. So they stopped existing because people weren't thinking about them. And that terrifies me.
That is, it's like,
And
like Coco.
And like at the end of it, it's just like one lone survivor, and like the police get there, they're searching for everyone, and there's this moment where she's like, finally like, okay, I'm safe, and everything gets quiet, and she looks around, there's like nobody there.
Oh,
and
shit.
And that's just how
It hit her.
It's wild. That's what's spooky to me, because I'm like, I would hate to be like alone, just
Yeah.
like alone. Ugh.
Isn't that how like quote unquote Slender Men came to life? Like you believe in it so much and you get thousands of people to believe in it that it like manifests.
Yeah, the camera
or
and
something
stuff,
like
yeah,
that.
the photos, yeah. I think the thing that was like creepy but manageable. Damn, I just
Oh, I'm sorry.
had it. Fuck. Oh yeah, okay. Actually, there's 2, but I'm gonna go with the one that I think's like actually kind of like creepy. It was the movie with Mark Wahlberg, The Happening.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen it.
And where people just start losing their mind, they start going crazy and
Yeah.
killing themselves and doing
Pretty
things.
good.
You never seen that?
You gotta watch
And
it.
I think it was they came to the idea that it was Mother Nature fighting back. Remember,
Yeah,
because
it was
the wind,
like biological.
like like from flowers, and they would release like whatever. But like
Murderous flowers.
There's one scene.
Pretty
in the-
much, yeah.
There's one scene in the very beginning where like people are trying to run and they're escaping because all this shit's happening, and then they just see their neighbor start up his lawnmower and lay in front of it, and it just runs them over.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I was like, if that shit really happens, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I
You
think
know-
it's rough because it was from the point of view of a guy with a daughter.
Yeah.
like he's trying to protect his kid the whole movie.
Yeah. You know what another good one is for this genre? This
What?
rating? Drag Me to Hell.
Oh yeah, that's a good
It was scary, but not like super scary. You know?
Mhm, yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah. Okay. What's the movie that really terrified you? Downright terrifying. Go into detail about which scenes haunted you and why they affected you.
Oh, I have 2.
Go ahead.
My first one is Jeepers Creepers.
Oh yeah.
I saw it when I was like in high school.
Okay.
And I was so fucking scared. I remember, I was in middle school. I was spending the night at my friend's house. And it was 3 girls, and we were watching Jeepers Creepers, and I had to hold somebody's hand. I was so fucking scared, and I don't know why. I was just like, this dude is creepy. He's scary. I don't like this.
Yeah. Okay.
But I didn't understand why, right?
Yeah.
And then another one I have is The Descent.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And
yeah.
The Descent, I remember I watched like when I was in high school. And what it is I can't do the humanoid frame on the ground, on all four, crawling around.
Yeah.
And there's this one road in Lakewood. It's kind of like the back along the lake. And it's just like trees and houses, and then it's just straight, and you can see like this long road. And I can't go down that road without being scared, because at night I feel like one of those things are just gonna whoop 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 whoop, 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 and I'm be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Descent got me.
Ooh.
It's not like scary now that I watch it when I'm older, but just the little, I can't do like someone on all fours, human shaped,
Yeah.
crawling towards me. You know, I can't do that.
I understand.
What about you?
I
calm
think
down there, Tiger.
with
Sorry.
movies nowadays, they brought back good like horror feelings, but I think the new It movie was pretty scary. Like they did that whole, just like the production of it was terrifying, especially the part in the sewers when the bully goes in there looking for the kid, and then he just gets nabbed by Pennywise. That was pretty spooky.
Yeah.
Especially because all the little dead kids are in there too.
Oh, 100%.
Scary.
I think like some terrifying ones for me when I was a kid was,
Do you remember any?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, that was terrifying. No, like ones that were like super terrifying to me was like arachnophobia with the spiders. Mm-hmm. Tremors. It was kind of goofy, but it was kind of spook. Like it was scary. Like what if there's fucking worms underneath us eating us and shit, where you can't make a sound. Yeah, Mimic was pretty scary when I was a kid.
I love those movies.
What, the Mimic ones?
Mimic, yeah, those were my favorite. Yeah.
Back then too, even Blair Witch was kind of fucking scary.
I've never seen that movie.
You know, Blair Witch is like they actually didn't know the premise of the movie that they were helping shoot.
So like all the actors and actresses just showed up and they're like, "This is what you're gonna do."
It was just those three actors, and they didn't know anything, and like they got to like whatever they were shooting for that day, they got it through a message on like written on paper.
Oh,
like they had like no interaction with people.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
Mm-hmm. That's what made it truly scary for them.
Yeah, because they were so scared.
They really thought it was a real witch.
I've never seen that movie.
Okay, all right. Movies that left you too scared to sleep. I know mine. It. When I was a kid.
The series?
No, the movie.
I think it's like a mini series, right? The original one. It's like
I don't remember. I just remember watching it. I didn't get to choose when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I remember watching that. Absolutely terrifying. And yeah, that's probably the one movie that even now I won't watch. Even the new one, I will never watch it.
Really?
Yeah, I would never watch it.
The first one is so good. The second one was like not as good as the first one, but the first one's like so good.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I watched it like a couple times, but every time I watched it, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, why would they make this? And another one, it doesn't leave me terrifying, but I was going to bring it up, is you remember the first, where she had the recording and everybody thought it was like the ghost dragging her through her bed? What was it called? Like Phasmophobia or Paranormal?
Oh, Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, that shit was spooky too, man.
I've never seen that.
God. Because I thought it was real. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was a good one.
Aisha doesn't like scary movies like that.
Yeah, she doesn't like demonic.
I don't like movies about demons and stuff because I believe in demons. I believe in the devil. I'm brought up Catholic. Okay.
What about you guys?
I think Sinister was pretty
What's
good.
That?
It's the one, the Baba Ghoul or something.
Baba,
it's like
Baba Yaga?
No, it's not Baba Yaga. I think his name is literally
John
like
Wick?
Baba Ghoul or something. But it's like these families with these kids would get murdered by one of the children, and then the kids would disappear because they were kidnapped by this entity, and it's like it just kept passing on from family to family, and like it's just really scary because like the creature is terrifying.
Oh, it's got Ethan Hawke in it. I like him.
Yeah, that's the first one. I think there's like 3 of them.
Okay.
But they're pretty scary because it's just like you don't know. It could be there behind you.
Yeah.
In the dark.
What about you, Bob?
I don't know. I don't really have a scary movie that kept me up.
All right.
I mean,
yeah,
it made me scared, but I don't know.
Okay. All right.
She's tough.
Iconic horror scenes. What was your single scariest scene from a horror movie that you ever seen, and what did it scare you so much?
It's not scary to me.
Yeah, I have one
it's
that's
funny. It's from The Shining, and she's just running with the knife.
Yo, her facial expressions in that movie they kill me. She's like,
yeah, sorry, it's not scary, but it's the most memorable.
have you ever watched that? The Shining?
I have, but a really long time ago. Like the classic one.
Damien was kind of spooky.
Oh yeah.
I think that one of the most iconic scary scenes for me was what is it called? Where she had the blood spilt on her.
Carrie.
That was like iconic when like the blood just spills on her, and then she just goes on to witch mode and just murders everybody.
I mean, they deserved it.
Yeah, of course.
Don't bully people.
Yeah, they deserve
Bullying
it.
is not nice.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on who you're bullying, but yeah, it's not nice.
If you're bullying your bully,
go for it.
I can give you a small pass, but don't take it too far.
Yeah. What about you, Beb?
Oh God, I had it.
Sorry.
It's not. The first thing that came to mind that when you asked this question for me was Jaws, right?
Oh yeah, that was kind of spooky.
Yeah,
is
well, it's
spooky.
kind of spooky, you know. It wasn't too scary,
It's the unknown.
but growing up in Hawaii, going in the ocean, for some reason, every time you're in the ocean, you think of Jaws.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And it's scary. And do you remember like swimming in a swimming pool as a kid thinking, oh my God, a shark is going to come get me in this fucking swimming pool?
Never.
I did.
Because
And
I could at least see the bottom of the pool.
I know, but which is kid logic, right? But like I'm swimming in the swimming pool and all of a sudden I freak myself out and like a shark's going to come and get me. I need to get out of this
Gotta
pool.
like run out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. I feel it. And I feel like a lot of people would understand.
I feel like it too, right? But yeah, so I guess Jaws is mine. One I remember when why are you laughing?
Because I hear a... You're smacking your lips a lot.
ASMR for you.
For real.
I know.
Little freaks out there.
I remember when we scattered my mom's ashes, right? We scattered her ashes in the ocean. And someone, I think it was my cousin, my uncle, I can't remember. It was so long ago, but he like jumped in the ocean and, you know, they were swimming, whatever. And all of a sudden he's like, oh, something touched my leg.
Oh, no.
I was like, don't say that. And right before, the morning of, why was there Jaws playing on the TV?
That's what gave you your fear of the day.
Google
Yeah.
was listening back then.
This was when I was 13.
No, I know.
Pre-Google.
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 But yeah, somebody put Jaws on the TV in my Auntie Leo's house, and we're all watching Jaws right before we go on
That's
this
a terrifying movie to watch in
that
Hawaii.
goes- yeah.
Like, you're just...
boat. And then
You're
he goes on
surrounded
You're
the
by
in
boat.
the
water.
ocean.
Yeah.
Like, okay. What movie, or do you hate jump scares, and what's your most memorable jump scare that you've had?
I'm not very jumpy.
Yeah, I've never really... I feel like I get more jump scared from, like, some video games than movies. But why do you giggle? Do you know
Because I
something?
thought you were going to say me.
No, I get more jump scares. Oh, I do get more jump scares than you. You're tough. But I mean, like, in games, I get more jump scares in games. But I can't think of a movie where I was like, ah.
There was that scene
Yeah.
in Insidious where it's like...
Oh, yeah, Insidious had a lot of jump scares.
The demon thing pops up like right next to her and you're just like, ah.
Yeah, Insidious had a lot. The Nun kind of had a lot of jump scares.
The Nun had a jump scare
Yeah.
that scared Sean so bad.
Yeah, I remember you
love
saying.
that
Yeah.
movie.
The Nun wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad, but it does have, like, some jump scares.
Yeah.
Do you have any jump scares, moments, Beb, or no?
No, I really don't jump very often. You know, every
Yeah.
time you try to scare me, I don't jump. I think it's because when I was in elementary school, this boy, I don't remember his name, but he'd always do that, like, punch a 2 for flinching, you know?
Fuck that little punk.
And then I just stopped.
Yeah, let me see him now.
So I don't jump.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Okay. Do you like psychological or gore? Like, what do you find more terrifying and why?
I hate gore scary movies.
I
won't watch them.
I hate psychological
Yeah.
movies. They freak me
Because
out.
you want to just know the ending.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
You
like.
can't sit there.
I can't sit there. Like when we watched that one movie that, as Lee said, Sean didn't like.
The Nun.
No, not the Nun. The other one with all the gore. Day of the Dead, or with the guy with the chainsaw arm.
Oh, Evil Dead.
Evil
Evil
Dead.
Dead.
Didn't you say he didn't like the second one?
I'm not sure.
Rise of the Evil Dead, the new one?
I didn't like the new one because I don't like gore.
Yeah, there was a lot of gore.
I mean,
in
it
that
was
one.
very
Yeah.
good, but I was like this
It
the
was
whole movie.
crazy. Yeah, yeah. What about you?
I like psychological.
Yeah, it's more like mental, like
Yeah. I like
the
trying to like
elevator one.
figure it out and like, you
Yeah.
know.
That's a good one.
The elevator one is creepy.
What elevator one?
The one that you won't
Devil.
watch, Devil,
Oh.
where they're stuck in the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
The
No.
other one, M. Night Shyamalan, whatever his name is.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
The Village.
Shyamalan.
The Village was pretty psychologically creepy.
Yeah.
It
That
was.
was
But the
really good
ending
one,
was,
though.
I was like, fuck this
Yeah,
ending.
that was
So
crazy.
stupid.
Yeah. All his
Should've
movies
known.
because his movies, the elevator
Should've
one
known.
too. So they're all like, okay,
I should have known. Old was pretty good.
what?
Old, the movie Old
Oh
I've
yeah,
never
that
by
was a
M.
good
Night
one.
Shyamalan.
I've never seen that.
They
No, it's
they
pretty
go
good.
to this beach and like time passes just so fast that if you like turn away from someone, like 20 years could have passed for them
Yeah.
already.
What?
Yeah. And like the family comes and they're kids and then they're teenagers and then they have a baby and then the baby dies like instantly because
What?
time passes so quickly that the baby like starved.
Yeah,
they didn't have any food.
Didn't give it enough attention for like 2 seconds, and it was
and it
gone.
died.
That's crazy. I've never
and it turned out to be like some
It's
government
an experiment.
thing. Yeah, government
experiment.
Yes, and I just remember he had to like swim through the coral or something to get out.
That's crazy. Okay,
that's pretty good.
Movies you watched too young. Do you remember a horror movie you watched too young? I mean, I guess I said mine. I think It was too young for me too. I think I watched It around the same age too.
Yeah.
Either I didn't watch scary movies as a kid, or I just blocked them out from the trauma.
And I watched Damien, The Omen. That shit was creepy too when I was a kid.
Yeah. I didn't grow up with cable. Okay. I grew up with a TV, a DVD player, and one DVD. The Pursuit of Happiness that I hate and I cannot ever watch
It's like
again.
the saddest movie ever.
I think the movie that I had when I was not even young, but I had the movie for a long time was Planet Treasure. I used to fall asleep to that movie all the time. Or Treasure Planet?
Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I fell asleep
It's
to that
such a good
movie so many times because it was just on repeat. So it would just rewind and start over.
Yeah. That's such a good movie.
I'd fall asleep to Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
That's the best Scooby-Doo.
Just rewind it over
Yeah.
and over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parental warnings. Did your parents ever warn you from watching a horror movie? Did it work? And did you sneak a view anyway? I did. I remember mom and dad used to say I can't watch a movie, and I'll sneak in the hallway in the dark, and I'll just because the couch was in front. The couch was in front of the hallway, so I'd be like sneak up on the ground and I'll watch it on the side, and I should be sleeping, and I'm just like on the side on the lower part. If they look, they'd probably be terrified seeing a head like. But yeah, I used to do that shit all the time, and it freaked me out, and I'd never be able to sleep.
Oh no, I never. I
No.
was too scared. Too scared.
No, okay.
We were good kids.
Yeah.
My dad didn't care.
Are there any
You can do whatever
movies
you want.
that scared you as a kid, but you find silly now?
Chucky.
Yeah.
He's so stupid.
Yeah. I know people are like,
how does this doll kill you? I will punt kit this doll
I mean, you
on
might
the freeway.
you might get stabbed. That would hurt.
but it's not going to hurt with this little baby tiny doll knife.
You know, he had a big ass knife actually.
Still, I will
But
set this little
I would get
fucker
a
on
golf
fire.
club or a bat and beat the shit out of him, and I'll tie him up and throw him in the ocean. Like he ain't. Yeah, I don't understand that movie.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it was irrational, but The Ring. So like anytime you put a VHS in, you would be
watch
terrified.
People don't know what
watching the movie.
VHS is nowadays.
Yeah. It'd be so scary. I'm just like, I hope this isn't the movie.
All
But
right.
now I'm just like, wow, it's so
Yeah.
foolish.
It's pretty silly. But The Ring, I remember watching The Ring, and it was scary to me. I remember watching it like when it first came out.
The concept of it.
Yeah, the concept of
Where
it,
you watch the
and
movie-
just like
yeah.
the darkness of the movie, and like her coming out of the fucking TV and stuff. That was pretty scary.
sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
The concept of it, yeah, not it was
Okay. Which classic horror movies are you still scared of, and why? After like constant times watching it.
So hard to say. I
think-
love scary movies now.
I mean,
I
I
do.
haven't watched it a lot, but I've watched it more than like 4 times. It was Annabelle. That shit scares me every time I watch it.
Oh, the doll.
Dude,
Yeah,
the
the
Conjuring
doll.
universe brought like
Yeah,
horror back
yeah.
for this generation.
Yeah, that shit's like freaky, man. I don't know.
I think mine is The Descent. Like I said, I can't do the creepy crawlies, the creepy crawly people.
Yeah. I think for me, not childhood, but The Nun was scary when I watched it, and I love that movie now. I will fall asleep to that movie now. I'll turn it on, and I'm just like, oh, this is so good. I'm just like,
And then Sean's over here like, fuck.
yeah,
He's like-
Sean's like looking for the remote.
Covering his ears and shit. Like, are there any recent horror movies that managed to scare you as an adult, and what makes them stand out? I think I wasn't scared, but like mentally, I was kind of like that shit could happen. Was remember they did the escape room and they had to escape or they died.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
Yeah, it wasn't super scary, but the concept of it was
it wasn't crazy scary, but like
was a good concept.
the concept was like freaky to me because we like to do escape rooms, and what if we get trapped and it's like you got to get out here, or you're gonna die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it like they went to. I think they advertised it as an escape room, and
I think
went,
they all got a card or something, right?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they were in an escape room and like legit had to get out of it.
Yeah.
That's really scary.
Kind of piggybacking off of your thing is Saw. For me, like
Saw movie.
a great movie.
Yeah, like I like the Saw movies, but just the concept of it, like being kidnapped and then having to go through all of this stuff to get out is mind scary to me.
Yeah.
I think the Saw movies are scary because someone is choosing to kill you because of how they judge you
And
versus the world
and what you've done with your life.
I'm just like, that's
true.
You could
so
be like,
mean.
you could have just littered, and they're like,
Yeah.
You have to cut off your leg now.
do you want to play
Like
a
the
game?
scene where the girl's thrown into the pit with the needles.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I hate
yeah.
that
Yeah, I
scene.
don't like
Or
that
the one
either.
where he had to reach his hand and all the razors to pull out the key.
I
Yeah.
hate the Saw movies. I
Yeah.
will never watch them because like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Those are things that are like could physically happen to you, and I feel it.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
I think that's why I
The needle
dislike
one.
them too.
Yeah.
The fucking needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the hand one, oh yeah, I couldn't. Ugh.
And they played it in slow motion too when she was in the needle. She was like, ah. They were like sticking to her. You're like,
Yeah.
ah.
I can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
love this. I love Smile.
Yeah.
That
I
one's a
haven't
good
watched
movie,
that. I
too.
heard that's crazy.
There's a second
it's the
one
girl.
coming
She's
out.
like, yeah, and the guy was like,
Yeah.
it looks
I'm so
fucking
excited.
spooky.
I love that.
I've never
movie.
watched it.
I've
but
never watched it either.
It's so good. I mean, I don't think you would want to watch it, but
Does it have
it's
something
so
to do
good.
with the devil?
It's not the devil
Or demon.
I believe it's like an old like lore entity, not like
okay.
a demon, like maybe like a demon kind
Okay.
of thing.
All right. What's an underrated or lesser known movie that people might know of but is still terrifying, and what makes it worth watching? This is probably for you because I don't watch scary movies.
The Tall Grass, watch it. It's
Never
so
heard of
good.
it.
It's not even like scary because things like bad things happen. It's scary because of like it's like a time loop. Like there's so many time loops in this like tall. It's literally a field of like corn or something, tall grass, and it's just like so many time loops are happening. So you don't know like what's real, who to believe, because you'll see yourself or you'll see somebody and you're like, I just saw you 10 seconds ago. And they're like, I've been in here for 5 weeks.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so scary because of that.
That's crazy. You know any underground ones, babe?
I have only watched it once, right? And if you ask me, I kind of don't really remember what it's about. I know it's Hereditary,
Oh yeah.
and I watched it once, but I remember watching it and thinking about it for like days on end, like, oh my god, this movie, you know. But I can't really remember, you know, what happens now. It's been a really long time, but I would say Hereditary.
Okay.
I remember being like, holy shit, when I watched it.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies like. No, I'm not getting. I'm just gonna get to the next question. Horror movies that is it tropes that horror movie tropes that get to you.
Please define tropes.
It's like I'll give you a question, okay? Creepy children. Why are creepy children in horror movies so effective? Like,
It's true.
do you have a favorite movie with this trope?
It's true because children are already creepy without being in movies.
Like the
And they're
kids with
supposed to be like innocent.
the kids with the little black eyes always freak me
Oh
out.
my god, Children of the Corn.
Yep, Children of the Corn.
I think the
The little kids in fucking Shining.
little girls.
Damien, like they're just creepy, man.
Yeah.
And if they look at you like a grown adult, like they think they're a grown adult, you know something's up with that kid. If that kid gives you like a
a
you
nod,
know
like,
what the fuck
what's up,
I
dude?
know. Like I know what you're thinking, and it's right.
I think the trope when they investigate. Oh, I hate that. Don't investigate. You don't need to investigate. You know what
Oh,
you need to do? You need to lock yourself in a room and call the police.
Oh yeah.
But what if
hate
you
that
can't
shit.
call the police?
We're not investigating. That's for damn sure.
Or let's split up.
Yeah.
The fucking let's split up shit. Like why? Like there's one of them. Okay, there's like 5, 6 of us. Let's just mob out together. He
Yeah.
come at us with a sword, or
Everybody
axe or
pick a
something.
body part.
One person's getting hurt. Okay, but the 4 of us, well, you won't die. You're just gonna get hurt.
Like
Yeah.
case in point of why you should not, of like a good thing was I'm sorry about this movie because it was really dumb and inappropriate, but it's The Blackening. It was pretty funny, but they didn't split up.
They
They
didn't?
were like, that's some white people shit, and we're not doing that.
And they were right.
And they didn't technically die by not
Yeah.
splitting up.
Possessions and ghosts. Do possession movies like The Exorcist scare you more than other types of movie, and why or why not? Yes. No. Exorcist scared me. Scared
I've
the shit
never
out of
seen
me.
The Exorcist.
Even the what was the one where, God, what was the name?
He wants on the window.
Yeah.
Give him the window.
Show him first. Show him. Say hi, yummy.
My luxurious yummy boy.
Yummy boy.
Get up there, Bubs. Oh, it's just a good boy. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it was like a priest or pope movie, and he slept with the lady or something, and the daughter got possessed, and she was in a thing, but this pope had like a bunch of, he was like known for like what do they call it? Not the cathedral. What do they call it? Where the Pope and stuff are. They call it
The Vatican.
The Vatican, yeah. And he would do exorcisms for them. And it was like a crazy demon possessed this one, and it was like crazy hard. Even the one with Gladiator guy.
The Pope? The Pope's
Oh, that's what
Exorcist.
It's called. Yes. That was creepy too. Yes, that one. That was creepy.
I mean, he's been a lot. That's the most recent one that he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, guys? Ghosts or possession?
I had it in my brain.
My bad.
No, it's good. If you got one, you could think of it.
What I'm scared of the most, or what?
Possessions and ghosts. Do you think possession movies
Hell
scare you
yeah.
more than the other types of horror? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Give me a ghost all day, every day. Hell.
Casper.
Casper, you poltergeisting my house? Okay, whatever, dude. Sorry you're dead.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'll live with you. Give me a fucking demon. I'm running away.
Yeah.
I'm going to church.
What was that one movie we talked? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You have it in your
Sorry.
head.
I love possession movies. I'm really sorry. But Pray to the Devil was so good for me. I love that movie. I love like newer movies. Older movies
Never
are
seen
like
that
good
movie.
to me, but I'm just like,
Yeah,
I really
it's just like the graphics nowadays.
I like the visuals. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Sorry
Yeah.
to those classic scary movies, but Pray to the Devil was very good.
Yeah. Okay.
Haven't seen
Monster movies or slasher movies? Which monster, if it is a monster, or which slasher movie, if it's a slasher movie?
That I enjoy or that I dislike the most?
Like, are you more terrified of monsters
Oh.
or human slashers like Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees?
I would say I'm more terrified about monsters. This
Yeah.
isn't a movie, but we were recently watching what is it? Until Dawn with the
Wendigos.
with the Wendigos and stuff like that.
'Cause the
That would
remake.
be scary.
Yeah.
Like, because like you can't shoot them, you can't chop them. You got to find a certain way to kill them.
Yeah,
you know.
that's true.
Ask the Winchester brothers from Supernatural.
Yeah,
they got a
burn 'em.
whole book about it.
To be fair, you shouldn't burn them because their spirit can actually just like be released into
Yeah.
the
See?
wild.
Monsters have so much more lore that you can and cannot do.
Yeah,
Because
there's definitely monsters. Think of Slender
Yeah.
Man.
Slender Man, all crazy like, you know.
Think of Cthulhu.
Cthulhu, crazy like. And I feel like, I'm probably wrong, but I feel like a lot of monsters derive from like demon spirits or demon souls to make that
Yeah.
monster.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, that's
Yep.
a pass for me. I can survive a slasher movie all day, every day. Give me that.
To be fair, you got to blame like Mary Shelley, H.P. Lovecraft. They were
Yeah.
like OGs in that kind of scary lore stuff. And they just started everything. Frankenstein?
Yeah, which is really weird because H.P. Lovecraft is by far my favorite author, but he's just more goth. You know, he doesn't really
pretty
wite
good.
about the
He's
devil
like the
and
cryptids
demons
guy.
and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Based on a true story, does the based on true story events tagline make a movie more scarier because it's true, or do you not really look at it like that?
I don't really look at it like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
I think, yeah, sometimes I do.
Sometimes.
I feel like, not if it's like a horror movie, but like, if it's like a kidnapping type situation where like people went through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of
What's that one?
creepy.
The Room? Where she was kidnapped as a kid and then like 16 years later or something she got out or something like that?
Oh, I didn't. See,
I
oh, is
didn't
it the
see that
one
one.
where the three girls?
No, it's just
Oh.
one girl.
The three girls one was crazy.
What's her name? I know who you're talking about. I can't
Yeah.
remember her name
I
right
think
now.
the movie's called The Room.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For me, it's those true stories like the Exorcist movies, like based on true events.
Oh, yeah, true.
Conjuring.
Yeah, and I'm just
Possible
like,
real story.
Possible. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I can't confirm nor deny that they are real.
Yeah. Horror in real life. Have you ever experienced something real life that felt like it came out of a horror movie? And do you have an example?
Thank goodness, no.
I do. I think I brought this up before.
Yeah, we already brought this
Is
up.
it your scary
the college one?
Asylum?
No, yeah, the college one where the guy was. I don't know if I should bring it up since I already brought it up.
I mean,
say it
some
again.
people might
Say it
not have
again.
heard the other episodes.
Okay, I'll refer to it. I said it in another episode. I forgot what episode it was, but we talked about how I was in. I think I was like 19. We were stupid. It was like a big ass group of us. There's this known place over where we live. This mental hospital. The old one was burnt down, so they built a new one across the street. So we went to the old one, and you can go into like the basement and all this shit, and like
Not now, but back in the day.
yeah, not now. Yeah, they patched it up, built a nice little park around it. but yeah, it was creepy. You could go down to the furnace and shit back then, and we went like at 2:00 in the morning for some reason. For some reason, I don't know why. We were like, hey, let's go there and drive around. But we went there. And at the time, they were building a college, a big parking lot. But so we were all down there at the furnace, and we kept hearing fucking babies cry. And we were like, yo, shut up. And you just hear fucking babies cry, like faint ones, like, yeah. Like really faint, like really, really faint. But everybody heard it. And then all of a sudden, we started getting hit by rocks from every direction. So it wasn't just like one person if they were out there. We were getting hit with a bunch of fucking rocks from like different directions. It was crazy as fuck. And we're like, what the fuck? So we all dipped. And some people were like, yo, let's stay there. Me and my homie were like, nah, fuck that. We're going to a parking lot by the college where they're building. We're just going to chill in the car. We're chilling in the car. We see some fucking guy on a bike. And he's just driving or riding his bike. And it's like an old fucking school bike. Like, really old. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. And he's just riding around, and we're like, he's like, do you see that? And I was like, yeah, I fucking see that. Do you see that? And we're just like, what the fuck? And we turn around, and he's gone. Then we hear our homies call us up. They're like, are you guys on a fucking bike? We're like, no, we're not on a bike. We just saw somebody. And he's like, they're right next to us. We hear they're like on a fucking bike. And we're like, he was just by us. Like, how did you get by? Yeah, it was creepy. That was terrifying. Because we're young, stupid. It's scary.
I'm scared of the dark. I won't go outside after dark.
I don't know what we were thinking.
Yeah.
Do you have any horror? Nothing?
I have my story that I told on another episode too.
Which one?
The one where like I came out of my room and then
you thought it was your dad?
So I came out. Remember, you're
Remind
so
me.
forgetful.
Remind me.
So
Remind the listeners.
So I was in high school. I was already in Washington at this time, so maybe like 13, 14. It's the middle of the night. I come out of my room, and from my room door, so my room door is like here, and then my dad's room door is right next door, right? Like I can go like this, and I can see in my dad's room. But I walk out, and then I see the kitchen, and there's a nightlight in the kitchen, and I see a shadow just walk past in the kitchen, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? So then I turn around and I look at my dad's room, and he's sleeping.
Oh shit!
And it's just me and my dad, right? And it's just me and my dad. And I was
like a friend or anything.
No, it was just me and him. You know, my dad was the only father, and I just went back in my room and I was like, fuck that. But it's those apartments I tell you are haunted. Yeah. The one right over here off Orchard.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then. Like my whole family. Remember I told you a story about my little cousin?
Yeah.
How she saw my mom like the day after my mom passed away. Yeah. So Hawaii is a very spiritual place, right? Like we believe in ghosts. There's burial sites. There's sacrificial sites. There's a whole bunch of like sacred trees and stuff. So I think that kind of plays into it too. Like I just saw my cousin post that some people were arrested because they were trying to stop a construction crew in Hawaii from digging in a burial site. You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Like if you go to the Big Island, you could go to where way back in the day, it's a sacrificial site. Like they sacrificed human beings right here back in the day, you know?
Crazy.
So it does play.
Yeah.
That spirituality in Hawaii does play like why I'm like that, I guess. I don't know.
You said no, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, well, to be fair, sometimes I do have like those moments where I'm just like, oh, something spooky just happened. Because like sometimes when I'm home alone with just the dogs, we're like all chilling in my room. And like we'll hear this like, recently I heard this like loud bang coming from like the kitchen living room area. And I was like, oh, that's spooky. No one's home. So I went to go check. And there's like nothing that looks like it fell.
Nothing out of place.
Nothing was out of place. Like the door was locked. The windows are locked. Like nothing was there. And I was like, ooh.
That's
so
spooky.
we booked it back to the bedroom. And we stayed there.
We
stayed there until someone came home.
Yeah. I have another one real quick.
Come, I have a lot of questions.
I'm sorry, but I have another one. This one's good.
All right.
The warehouse one. Did I tell you about the warehouse
Yeah,
one?
you did tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was freaky.
Yeah, that was good. Go ahead. I'll let you say
But
it.
for the listeners, I lived in Texas and I worked in this big warehouse, right? My boss sold clothes on eBay. So I'm working in this warehouse. It's just me. I'm on the warehouse floor, right? So I'm at my desk and there's this huge warehouse. And then another girl that worked there was in like the bathroom area taking pictures because she was taking pictures of the clothes, and the best lighting and stuff in this little thing was kind of by the bathroom. But then all of a sudden I hear someone say my real name, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, who's calling me? And then I'm just like, okay, nobody's here, whatever. And then the other girl comes out and she's like, is Mary here? I was like, no, she's not here. I didn't see her. She's like, oh, I thought she called you. I heard somebody call you. I was like, I did too, but nobody's here but me and you.
That's so crazy. And they knew your real name?
Yeah, and they said my real name too.
Yeah.
And I remember I was sitting at my desk and I heard it. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
I was like, what? Who's calling me?
Okay.
But nobody in Texas calls me my real name.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you ever find yourself scared by something you can't explain in a movie? Whether it's a sound, a visual, or like a feeling that gets under your skin? I think
From a movie?
Yeah, I think the thing that scares me most from movies is the sound. I always sometimes I'll cover my ears and I can still watch it. The sounds just freak me out.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think it's the visuals. Anything that I can see, and I see them tense up, and then I tense up, and I'm like, what am I expecting?
Like the music is all like crazy.
But they're you'll see them looking around, and I'm like,
yeah. What about you?
No.
Nothing.
Maybe it's because I don't watch the movies that I know are going to scare me.
Yeah.
I watch the movies that I know I can handle.
Yeah.
So no.
Okay.
I love being scared.
Yeah, that's a good segue because it says why we love horror. So despite how scary they are, why do you think we keep watching horror movies? What's the appeal of them being? What's the fun thing about being scared?
The adrenaline. It's
Yeah.
that rush you get where it's like the rush of endorphins and you're just like, oh, I'm so happy. And then I'm like, I'm not happy anymore.
Calm down, Bella.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, I need to see him. So, Edward, you said you won't leave me. Yeah. What about you?
Me? Because I'm a psycho.
No, I mean, what scares you? Sound, visual, or feeling that gets under your skin?
We already passed that question. I said none. You asked the second question.
It said, why do we like
Why do we like watching scary movies,
My
babe?
My
She
brain is
said
not
because
braining.
she's a psycho.
Because I'm a psycho.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just watch them because you guys. I just watch them because you guys. I don't like watching scary
It
movies.
calms me down.
I like watching like detective, real crime stuff, but I don't like watching horror movies.
Yeah.
Movies you won't watch again. Is there a movie that you'll never watch again because it was too much?
The Saw movie. The first one. I
Yeah.
will never watch that movie.
That one's kind of crazy. I actually like that one more than all the Saws.
The first original Saw is the best. But if you would have just paid attention, he could have got out.
The key was in the thing the whole time, right?
Time.
Didn't they flush it down or something? Flush it down the toilet or some shit?
I can't remember exactly where, but in all the Saw
I watched
movies,
it once.
They could have lifted the guy up.
yeah, in all the Saw movies, like I remember, I think it was like the second or the third. He's like, the numbers are on the back of your mind, and they're like, it's probably on the back of your, like on your skin, on the back. Like, look, why don't you look back here? And I remember thinking that, and then like 30 minutes down the line, they're like, oh look, there's a number on the back of your neck. Like, oh, come on, guys.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're in the
Yeah,
moment
when you're in
of
the situation
dying,
and people,
you're not thinking logically.
No, you need to be logical. That's the moment when you need to be logical.
I mean, we say that now as people who are watching them, but
She's-
then when we're in that position, we're just like,
No, ask Damon.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
always
she's
logical.
a very logical person. Like
I'm always
in the
logical.
situation, she's crazy. Yeah.
No,
Okay. How
I control
have
my emotions.
Oh, I'll skip that one. We don't really need it. That's that question. Fun and lighthearted wrap-ups. All right. Silly horror. What's a horror movie that's supposed to be scary but made me laugh? Probably the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I hate clowns, but that movie was silly. Yeah. Same with Gremlins. Gremlins. Was
Yeah,
kind
Gremlins were funny.
yeah, that's a good one.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, they're so cute.
Yeah.
They're just like fluff
Or
balls.
what was the one where they eat your booty? They were in the toilets.
What?
Oh my god, let me look it up.
don't know.
They eat your booty on the
What
toilet.
are monsters in toilets?
In toilets.
Ghoulies.
Ghouls.
The ghoulies. Yeah. Look at him. He looks like a little fatty.
You
Here,
got to
I'll pull
move it
over.
to your other
I will.
screen so I can see it.
It was this guy. The ghoulies.
Yeah.
Goodness.
They'd be eating booty.
Eating booty.
Oh
For
my
real. Yeah,
gosh.
look at this old one right here.
Ugh.
They would like eat your booty.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
No.
What was the question?
Silly movies.
Fun,
They're
silly,
to be yeah, they're
scary
supposed to be
movies.
scary but silly. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think they make fun. Silly,
Yeah, they
scary
haven't
movies
really in a really
nowadays.
long time.
Yeah.
They're all old,
Like in the
old school
80s,
movies,
yeah.
Okay. Favorite Halloween movie.
Like Halloween the series or Halloween the season?
What's your
Halloween
go-to
Town.
Halloween season? Like the season.
Halloween Town.
Any Halloween movie. That's
Oh,
it.
Halloween Town is a really good one.
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, Hocus Pocus. I love me some Hocus Pocus.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas,
Not
yeah.
a fan.
Not a fan. All right.
I
Hocus
love
Pocus.
the characters. I don't really care for the story.
Yeah, Hocus
Yeah,
Pocus. is good.
Hocus Pocus is good. I wanted to name Yami Binks.
No, but
not a
he's
black cat.
he's not black
Thackeray
cat.
Binks.
Yeah, he's
Not a black cat.
Yeah.
I mean, technically Yami is Shadow, but he's white. So
No, technically Yami is darkness.
yeah,
The darkness.
well, Shadow. Yeah.
No, the darkness.
Okay, ma'am. All right, spooky and funny horror. Do you prefer a horror that's purely scary or a horror that has like some humor, like Scream or Shaun of the Dead? Shaun of the Dead was amazing.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm more of a like, just give me the horror.
Yeah, I like horror.
Really,
Yeah.
I love Shaun of the Dead.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't-
that's a good movie.
Yeah, but
If I had to
need
choose
horror.
that or like a scary movie, then I would pick this.
Okay.
Yeah,
scary
I'd
movie.
pick a scary movie.
All right,
Same.
yeah, fuck you guys.
You're not hardcore
I'm
horror
not.
movie like
I'm
we are.
not. Okay. Have you guys ever watched a movie that's like technically not a horror movie but scared you? What was it? I have a movie that just popped in my head.
Go
What's it
ahead.
called? What's it called? 72 hours or 48 hours?
142 hours, I think.
With James Franco.
Yeah.
That fucking movie.
That
The one
movie
where
is
he
scary.
cuts his arm off?
Yeah.
Oh.
So terrifying.
That is
you
pretty
just
scary.
he was just like a nice guy out there rock climbing with some and then he like met up with some girls and he was like, and then he did his own thing, got stuck.
Yep.
Like fuck.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
He
I
lives.
don't
That's
like
based
that.
off a true story.
No, I know it's based off a true
Yeah.
story, but I'm saying that's terrifying to be at that point where you're like, yeah, I gotta cut my arm off to live
With a little freaking Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife, and you're
Ugh.
probably you don't even know if you'll survive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That movie is pretty scary, actually.
Yeah. What was
I
the
don't
question?
know.
a scary movie that's technically not a scary movie, but freaked you out.
Yeah.
Oh. I had an answer, but it kind of doesn't go to that.
Okay.
I don't really have one. Movies, unless they're like advertised as scary, they don't really scare me.
Okay.
I was going to say 40, the one with the vampires in Alaska.
28 days, or not 28 days.
No.
What is it, 30 days?
No, it's
or
40 Days of Night.
40
40
days,
Days of Night.
That's
I always
crazy.
get that because they both have Josh Hartnett in it, and the other one I always get confused on was the 40 Days and 40 Nights movie
Oh, okay, yeah.
where he gave up. You know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, animated or family movies with scary moments. Some animated or family movies that have surprisingly scary scenes. Do you guys have any in your mind?
No, I don't really watch a lot of family movies.
Yeah, I guess like a few animes were kind of had like some crazy moments, like Akira and Ghost in the Shell.
Those are not family movies.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're animated.
Animated.
Oh, okay, yeah, they're animated.
It says some
Yeah.
animated or yeah.
Family movies that were scary?
What is it? I don't think I've ever seen an animated scary movie.
I know, I'm trying to think. I'm
Trying to think. Like, I can't think of any.
'Cause I think that would be a fun answer to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scary
I know a lot of animes that are like
animated
kind of scary, but
movie.
yeah, not
Like
a
an
movie.
anime movie that's scary.
No.
Well, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Scooby Doo on Zombie Island.
I had a feeling you were going to say that.
It's scary.
It was a little scary when I was a kid.
There's zombies.
The zombies
Okay.
and the hex girls.
Yeah. No, that's
Which one's that
the
one?
witch one. With the
Oh yeah. The witch one's the best one.
It honestly, yeah,
It's
that's
so
like my
good.
top 3. I like the alien one too.
You guys are
That's the
such
scary
nerds,
one.
man.
I remember watching it over and over, so I could remember the song
We're the
that
hex
that they
girls, and
sing.
we're gonna put a
What
spell
was
on
these
you.
old movies? The Boys, Lost Boys.
Oh, Lost Boys, the vampires.
The fucking songs
Oh,
in
yeah.
Lost Boys. That was good.
I love the Lost Boys.
yeah. That
Or what's the? Is the Lost Boys the one where, I think it's a Disney movie where he like goes under his bed and then he like this whole like city of
No.
of like no, it's not the
It's not the Lost Boys.
What movie is that?
Never. Yeah, let us know.
Disney, like under the bed
City.
movie. What fucking movie is that? Don't Look Under the Bed. It was this movie.
I've never heard of it. Drag it over for me.
Hold on, I'm trying to.
Drag it.
We were thinking
This
about getting a monitor put up there so we could drag stuff and look at it.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
This movie, the one where like
You need to drag it on the other screen.
this one, where like she and is like this dude comes out from under her bed.
Oh, he's like purple, right? Or
yeah,
some shit?
and then like he grabs the legs and they go underneath the bed and there's like this whole town of like
Yeah. Okay.
monsters and stuff. And this is
Yeah.
what he really looks like, you know, like he's a monster.
Yeah.
Werewolf looking guy.
Yeah. Oh, I remember this movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This one.
I do
This is my
remember.
answer for when I was a child.
Gotcha.
That's funny.
All right. Why are certain scenes scarier? Do you think the visuals, the sounds, or the atmosphere makes a movie scarier?
Well, they make the sound
The
is scary
sound.
for you.
Sound is scary.
The sound.
Yeah.
I think like because if you didn't have that, then you're just
Yeah,
watching like
you could
a screen.
look at it like a moment, and there's no like I don't know.
Yeah, because without the sound, it wouldn't be as scary.
Yeah,
I think.
like it just looks creepy. It's not scary, but
Yeah.
with that sound, you're like, ooh, ambiance.
Yeah. Okay. How much do you think a horror movie score, and how much do you think a horror movie score and sound effects contribute to its overall fear factor?
Oh, a lot.
A lot.
It's a lot. If the score is trash, then it's like I'm just like watching a movie of like black and white, no sound kind of movie because I'm just gonna turn the volume down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or it's like those memes you see. It's the Harry Potter where like Lord Voldemort is like talking to Harry, and then if they change the music to like a sexual music,
Yeah,
it
kinda
gives a
changes the
whole
ambiance.
different ambiance of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Where he's just like being held by the statue and he's just like in his face.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Yeah. Psychology of fear. Do you think horror movies tap into primal fears we all have, like darkness, isolation?
Yeah. I won't watch gory movies.
Yeah, I won't
Yeah.
watch movies. I remember when I was younger. This is a quick story, but like I don't know if you guys all did this when you were a kid. Like I remember being at my friend's house in the middle of the night. We lived in apartments. It was dark as fuck. I would always run. Like if I'm walking in the light and I had to go past like a dark area, I
You
would
run from the-
run
Light to light.
fast as fuck. Like you, fast as fuck, boy. Yeah, like you would never understand it. And then I'd like stop. I'd look behind me, and then I'd just dip again. Like that was like my thing. It's like you know how people used to shut off the lights and stuff.
I used to play hide and go seek in the dark with Dakota all the time. It was terrifying.
Yeah.
I had to put the light full blast on in the living room so that the light shined underneath the door.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know. Have you guys seen Darkness Falls?
I don't think so.
Darkness Falls is so
Set the scene.
it's a tooth fairy, basically, right? They say in this city of Darkness Falls, when a child loses their tooth, you cannot peek. If you peek, she's gonna come back and she's gonna kill you. And it's something to do with like this old lady who lived in the city, collected children's tooth and gave them money, and then they burned her down. Like they burned her and killed her, so her spirit came back and like is doing all this stuff, right? But I wasn't afraid of the dark when I was a kid until I saw fucking Darkness Falls. Like legit. Are you listening, babe?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a scary movie.
I've never even heard of this.
I
movie.
believe you.
Here,
The dark-
I'm googling
The
it.
dark
Darkness
is
Falls.
terrifying, dude.
Oh,
when
that's-
I take Oliver out in the morning to go pee, I best believe I take that like 10,000 lumen watt flashlight with me.
Oh, that looks terrifying.
See,
About
look at
to
this.
stun
Yeah, no, it looks
somebody.
terrifying. What is this person with a mask?
This is what, like, did you hear what I said? She's a tooth fairy. She's a tooth
Oh,
fairy.
yeah, you brought this up before. I remember you said this. Yeah,
And like, she is going after this little kid because she saw her. And this is what like she looks like, right? Like, because they burned her.
Ugh.
She was an actual person and they burned her.
Not a fan.
Yeah, but I was not afraid of the dark until I saw this damn movie.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It's
Okay.
scary.
You know what movie actually really terrified me as a kid? The Boogeyman.
Oh yeah.
Can't
haven't
go
seen The
in
Boogeyman.
closets that
Yep.
are dark.
Yep, Boogeyman. where
Best
you
believe
say-
every door in my
say his
room
name
is
3 times in
closed.
the mirror. Oh no, that's Candyman. Candyman, yeah.
Candyman.
No, the Boogeyman is
I never watched that one.
I never
like
watched
the
that.
opening scene of this movie is the main character as a kid laying in his bed and he's like scared, and his dad comes in and he's like, "There's nothing to worry about." And he goes in the closet, lights off, and he's like, "Oh, "Look, there's nothing in here," and then gets killed. Terrifying.
Our closet has a little hobbit door.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That
And
thing
then-
would get spackled up real quick.
Yeah,
And-
we had a rug on it. And then she-
No, our closet has a hobbit hole door.
Oh yeah, we blocked that with
And we
the,
blocked
the,
it.
the
And then
the
there's
desk.
a hobbit hole door on the floor.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like
the Hobbit door in the closet, not the one in the floor, because the one on the floor goes like to under.
With a crawl space,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the one behind the shelf, it's weird. It's like
is it just like a storage
it's
space?
like
Yeah.
but it's like this big, like as big as the monitor,
Yeah.
and it's like deep.
It's
Yeah.
really deep.
That's where like somebody held somebody captive in there. It's terrifying.
We should put a skeleton in there when we can move
Oh
out.
yeah. Okay.
That's terrifying.
I have a bunch of questions. I could ask them if we make it short, but I don't know if we can.
You know what show? Not a movie, but a show that like truly terrified me, but I loved, which I think gave into like my love of supernatural scary movies, was Tales of the Crypt.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would watch
being a
that
kid.
religiously.
I watched
as
that.
a child.
Watched that in Twilight
And it was
Zone.
like
Yeah.
so scary when we were kids.
Yes.
But it's not even that scary.
And the stories are like creepy.
yeah,
though.
they're creepy.
Yeah, they're creepy.
But they're so
Their
unrealistic.
their imagination to come up with that shit back then was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just
terrifying.
ask a few more questions.
Okay.
International horror. Okay.
Ooh,
Have
good.
you ever watched any horror films from other countries? How do international horror films such as Japan, Korea, and Spanish compare to Hollywood ones?
Train to Busan. So good.
Crazy good.
Very good.
I've
There's
never seen that.
there's that Korean the series I want to watch. I started it and fell asleep, but they have like a second season. I don't know what it is about, but it looks scary.
Oh, Alice in Borderlands.
No, we've watched that. No, I'm talking about the
We
one.
haven't watched the second season.
Yeah, but the one I'm talking about is like, remember they're burning bodies in the beginning, and they're
Oh,
like
yeah,
getting
yeah.
those little vials. I don't know what it's called, but
It kind of reminded me of.
Is it on Netflix?
Resident
It's on
Evil.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh.
yeah. The second season just came out or something like
Yeah.
that.
I think Japanese horror is scary.
They're
scary.
so gruesome.
Yeah. Japanese
They're-
and Korean horror are pretty good.
Yeah, they're gruesome, and then Japanese have like their own
Train to Busan's good.
like the Onis and their own set of demons, and they have demons for everything. They have a
Yeah.
drunk demon that
Yeah.
gets you when you're too drunk. They have another demon for whatever. They have demons for everything.
What were you gonna say, Az?
Sorry.
Oh, there's this one show on Netflix I watched. I can't quite remember what it's called. I think it's We're All Gonna Die Here or something. But it's like a school. And it's like a
Oh, I think
zombie
I've seen
outbreak.
that. Mhm.
Oh
At the
yeah,
school.
yeah, I watched that.
And they try and like
Yeah,
escape stuff. It's so good.
Yeah,
There's
I
another-
think I tried to watch it, but it's subtitled.
yeah, she doesn't like subtitle
No.
movies. I
Oh,
love
really?
subtitle
Oh, my
movies.
subtitle.
I love them.
I can't read.
That would kind of.
I mean, you can read. Don't
I can
make
read.
yourself sound stupid.
I can read, but I'm dyslexic. So it takes
Dyslexic.
whatever. So it takes me a bit longer, and it always moves to the next thing.
Yeah.
Like I need to pause it and wait
There's
for my
like
brain
a-
to catch
So,
up.
so you're definitely a dub over sub kind of girl.
Yeah, she would definitely be a dub. Okay, watching horror movies alone or with friends?
Alone.
I like to watch horror movies with friends, but I can't watch movies with Damon. So I have to watch them by myself.
Yeah, I talk a lot.
He talks so much.
I need to know because I get so into it, and I'm like, why the fuck are they? Why are they doing that? Like, why are they
Yeah.
doing this? What's
And it's
what's
exactly
the point?
like-
I'm like, what the fuck? They're so stupid. They're so fucking. I mean, obviously, it's a movie that was like pre-recorded
Yeah.
and all this stuff, and I'm still like, no, they're fucking stupid.
Yeah. Or
Like,
he'll
why
be
are they
like,
doing this?
Why are you splitting up?
Yeah. He'll be like, babe, why are they doing that? I don't know, babe. I know as much as you know.
Yeah, she
I'm
gets-
watching the same movie
She
as
gets
you.
so mad at me. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just nonstop talking, and I'm like, stop.
I like the ambiance of Alone, but I would never watch a scary movie without Sean.
This is
I just
probably
want to see his reaction.
this is probably a good question for Ashley, since you're the movie person. Have you ever done a horror movie marathon? What is the best combination of horror movies, long or for a long spooky night?
Sean and I, we have like three movie series that we watched over and over: The Conjuring series, Insidious, and the Sinister series. Those
Okay.
are our favorite ones to watch.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I just binge watched Scream. Scream was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Screams are good.
Yeah,
The original is good.
I wanted to watch the Alien series recently, but we haven't.
Oh, we
gotten
did
to
that.
It yet.
We did that. And we did the Predator.
Yeah, and the Predator ones, yeah. Shout out to Billy Loomis. Ooh. This is why I'm a psycho, because I have a huge crush on Billy Loomis
Bitch. What?
from Scream.
Oh, the blonde kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The killer in Scream,
Yeah.
where he's like, we all go a little mad sometimes. Yes, we do.
It's just yeah, for you.
All right.
He's a fictional
I'm
character,
ignoring
babe.
her.
Not real.
No,
He's not real.
I'm ignoring her. What's your favorite plot twist in a horror movie? Did it elevate the fear or make the movie like, what the fuck? I have one.
Go for it.
The Mist.
Oh my god.
That one was hard to watch.
Oh God, I don't
Yeah.
understand.
It's like the worst.
The
plot
worst.
Twist.
Horrible.
The
man.
worst.
Like, cause it's so good and sad.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck?
I know. It left you feeling some sort of way. You can't tell
You
me.
know that. You know he ended it. Like he took his own.
The
he
second
unalived
he had
himself.
a chance,
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, yeah, that one, I remember watching it and it was like, oh my God, this is so good. I love this movie. And the ending, I was like, what the
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
What the hell?
that's
what do you
probably
mean?
the best twist ending movie.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
But that was definitely the goal of the movie, to be, for the watchers to be like, are you fucking kidding me at the end?
Yeah.
It's so disappointing. And then the series was not the same.
Yeah.
No, I didn't watch
yeah.
the
It was
series.
terrible.
I didn't watch
The series is literally just the mist is the thing. There was no
Yeah.
creatures.
Yeah.
The whole point of the movie was the creature.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you prefer horror movies with good opening endings that like tie everything up at the end, or have you been upset that the endings are left you like an unresolved ending?
I need everything needs to be tied up ending.
Yeah.
I hate-
can't think of a movie right now, but I know I've watched
Yeah.
some with shitty endings, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I hate when, unless there's going to be a number 2, you
Yeah.
need to tie up all the loose endings for me, because otherwise I'm be like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what's a
Why?
good,
Why this? Why that?
it's not scary. The Final Destination series, they're kind of scary, I guess. But
Oh, those are good.
that was the best series with a resolution to the end of their series, because it all tied in together.
that was done really nicely.
That's the best series. I think that has done that.
Yeah, because the last one went all the way back to the first one.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the best one.
Yeah,
So,
those ended really good.
yeah, and you couldn't
Yep.
even it doesn't each movie doesn't end in a cliffhanger. It kind of just ends as that story ends, or that chapter of the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I agree.
Let's see. Okay, this is the last two questions.
Okay.
Do you ever rewatch horror movies, or is one enough? Which ones do you find yourself coming back to, and why?
I always rewatch them.
I
Yeah.
don't. I really don't.
To be fair, it's not really a horror movie, but I love watching Doom. It's my
Oh,
favorite
yeah, yeah.
rewatched movie.
Yeah.
We've talked about that with The Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just so good. And technically it's scary.
I'm not a fan of scary movies, so I don't rewatch scary movies
Yeah.
unless I have to.
I think, I really like rewatching scary movies. It's just the feeling, because you already know what's going to happen, so now you get to really enjoy
Pay
the
attention
movie.
to all the details.
Yeah.
Now, like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah. How many times have you watched the Conjuring movie? Probably a lot, because it's really good.
Maybe like twice.
Weird.
I'll only rewatch them if I'm sitting down to do the whole canon series. Like I've seen Saw or Scream 1 and 2, but I rewatched it from start to finish when I binge watched all 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And the same with Aliens, and if it's in that scenario where I'm like, oh, I kind of want to rewatch them and learn the story behind all of these, and I haven't seen 3 out of 5, then I'll sit down and I'll rewatch them.
Yeah.
I watched this video of this girl who was watching the Halloween series with her boyfriend, and she said every Halloween they watch a different timeline of the Halloween movies, and I was like, that's actually pretty brilliant.
There's so many timelines for the Halloween movie. There's
Weren't you just talking about
there's
that?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
There's,
thought that was
5
brilliant. 'Cause I
different
was like,
timelines for
it
Halloween.
helps you not get confused with which movie is to which timeline.
Yeah. Okay, last question. The future of horror. Where do you think horror genre is headed? Are there any trends or ideas you hope to see more in the future of horror movies?
I feel like it's kind of going downhill right now. There hasn't been any real good horror movies come out.
I think
There's been a lot of psychological horrors.
I hate the whole concept of doing spin-off series, not just horror films, but like TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That they
off of the movie.
Yes.
Off a movie or another TV show. Like sometimes they don't do them well.
Yeah.
They don't do them justice. Yeah, like Scream series I heard was really bad.
Yeah, no, it was. And then they just keep remaking movies. They don't make new ones. They just remake old movies.
Because everybody's running out of ideas and originality.
Yeah.
Originality.
That's the only downside to
Hollywood. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's all I got for this episode of horror films. Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do about next week. I'll think of something.
We have a few days to think about it.
Yeah.
We'll let you know as soon as we know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead and wrap us up as.
This has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint Size Geisha, Black Label, and me, Azalee.
Bye.
What button was it? Oh, that one.
We gather round the mic, tales of nights and dice, gaming when worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Easily engaged to chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow as we share what we know. D&D and gaming talk, every journey we embark. Laughs and fun, now that's the plan in our little podcast clan. Women leading through the air, join us if you dare. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes.